What is up, guys? DPX here, and before we get started, oh my god. Today I'm reviewing Cobra Kai Season 5. In case you don't know, a little background for me. Cobra Kai is one of my favorite shows. It might be my favorite show that's currently going right now. Like, that hasn't been concluded yet. And I was just stoked for this season, and it definitely delivered. But I have some issues with it. But without further ado, let's get started. Hi guys, DPX here reviewing today Cobra Kai Season 5. Now before we get started, be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell and leave a comment, or I will make your knuckles bleed. Spoilers, by the way. This is actually not the first try I'm doing this review. I actually did try to do this spoiler free, but I just couldn't. I have to talk about spoilers, so sorry. You can come back when the season is done. Very easy binge, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah. So this takes place after Season 4. Duh. Like right after Season 4. Terry Silver has usurped Kreese from the dojo, and he is now in charge of Cobra Kai. He's trying to expand. He's trying to open up Cobra Kai all over the valley, and Daniel is trying to stop Silver. He has Chosen by his side, while Johnny, and as we see in the trailers with Robbie, are going out to Mexico to find Miguel. And I really feel like this season is a season of two halves. You know what I mean? The second half, I'll just say it, the second half, especially that finale, the second half of this show is some of the best this show has. Like, if the whole season was like that's the last 5 episodes, this would be my favorite season without a shadow of a doubt. But the first half is a little uneven, if you know what I mean. Not that I don't like it. I don't think there's a single bad season. The worst I think a season is like an 8.5, in my opinion. So just keep that in mind. I far from hate anything that happens here. I guess, and before we get into what I like about this show, this season, because I don't know how long this video will be, but there's a lot I love about it, so I'll just go over some of the stuff I didn't like about it. And it's mainly that the first half of the season is very unfocused. There's a lot of plot lines that get wrapped up like shockingly fast, like the Miguel fucking Mexico subplot plotline, whatever. It gets, that was a massive cliffhanger at the end of Season 4. To just have it conclude in the second episode of the show, of the season, was like, that shocked me. I understand, like, you kind of needed Miguel back in the picture to have the season happen, but I'm still just a massive cliffhanger, and that gets resolved in 2 episodes, and even then, like, it never comes up again. I wasn't thinking we were gonna see Miguel's father again, but like, never even mentioned it again, pretty much. That was a shock to me. Some other things like Mike Barnes, I was really excited to see Mike Barnes, and very interested that they released a picture of him, but they didn't show him in any of the trailers. Clearly there's something there they want to hide from us, but they're able to show a picture of him, but nothing like of him in action, or also be spoilery or whatever. I know why they didn't show him in the trailers, because he's in a whole 2 episodes. And I feel like there really was, then again, this season had a lot going on, a lot of characters, and it balanced it very well, but it had a lot of characters, so to add Mike Barnes into the mix, I get would have been a little, messy, but 2 episodes? Like, legit, he appears in, episode 3, 4, one of the 2, and disappears, and then does not appear ever again till the finale. And in the finale, he's like, "You ruined my life," or whatever. The last we saw him, like, his furniture store was getting burned down, And then we cut forward to the finale, and he's like down bad. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna be honest, I know we all want to see Mike Barnes in this season, and we got him in one way or another. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he was all that necessary. And one more thing, this isn't really an issue with me, because I've learned to sort of just accept that this is how the show is. Yeah, it's over the top. Yeah, the police do not exist. There are moments where it's like, the police would definitely get involved here. And there are moments where it's like, I don't know, like, these parents should be, you know, more concerned about the way Terry Silver is training these kids, but they aren't. I've just grown to accept that that's how this show is. The police don't exist. Common sense doesn't really exist. So yeah, that's the stuff I didn't like about it. I can't even say I disliked it. It's just a little bit frustrating that, you know, and it's just sort of just because this season did a whole lot. There was a lot going on in this season, and a lot I loved, more than I disliked. I just want to get this negative stuff out of the way. Maybe I'll think of some other negatives, but yeah. Okay, so for the positives, I don't know where to begin. Okay, well, about Johnny and Cartman's relationship, I thought they were going to get married by the end of the series, and I still think so, but there are so many ways that their relationship could have gone. I did not in a million years. I would have not in a million years expected them to have a baby. I never would have thought that. But, like, that does another, like, how do I say this? I guess it adds more to Johnny's arc, you know? It adds, like, he wasn't there for Robbie when he was born, and he kind of messed up with him. He's trying to make it all up with Miguel, but he gets to have another chance. While we're on the subject of Miguel, and I kind of mentioned Robbie, I love the way they patch things up. And I love, like, that was the one thing, I guess the one thing in the first 5 episodes that kind of stayed consistent. Like, it was kind of in the background in a few episodes, but I still really liked how it ended up, and they're kind of friends now. In addition, Chosen is a perfect addition to this season, and it culminates to, like, a fight in the end with Chosen and Silver, and holy shit, like, they had a fucking sword fight. That's insane. I'll get to that finale, don't worry. But Chosen is I didn't expect him to be sort of like comedic relief but while also, you know, being a you can take him seriously, you know. But I love how he's like a fish out of water almost, where, like, he takes things too literally. Yeah, like, I've heard some people say, like, it's kind of hard to really, you know, Chosen's a little too stupid. I don't think that. I just think he's just I think that's the point. He's a fish out of water, and I love that. And Daniel goes on a nice arc during this season, and this is his season. I really love this show as Johnny's show, but I wouldn't really say this season was Johnny's season. It was Daniel's season. And you know what? That's fine if you have this many characters, and you already did a lot with Johnny, and you're doing a lot with Johnny in this season. You can, like, Daniel's kind of the main character of this season, and I didn't mind that. And that one scene where, like, Daniel is, you know, kind of down bad, and he confronts Johnny, and Daniel's trying to start a fight with Johnny, and Johnny's like, dude, what are you doing? That's such a, like, if you go to the beginning of the series, like, it was the complete opposite. Just how much Johnny has changed and how much Daniel has changed. I love that. And I love also, like, how, like, Johnny's willing to, like, beat up the Cobra Kai senseis because of what they did to Daniel. Like, they've these two have gone a very long way since season 1, and I love that. There are also like many callbacks to Karate Kid 3, which is definitely the worst of the trilogy, but this show kind of makes that movie a bit better. Like, Mike Barnes appears, of course. There's Kim Sung-hyuk, who doesn't really appear, but like he's mentioned, and it's like, you know, when Terry Silver said like that he was taught under him, you kind of thought that was bullshit. No, it wasn't bullshit. And Jessica Andrews is in this. I did not think she was gonna be in this, and the way, like, she's Amanda's cousin, I did not expect that at all. That was, but it's a kind of a coincidence, but it makes sense. That's how Daniel and Amanda met, I guess, through her. And she's kind of the voice of reason when Amanda's moving away from Daniel. You know, she tells her, like, no, Daniel's right. Silver's a bad guy. You know, that's just a, like, first of all, I did not think we were going to see Jessica in this. But then, like, the way she's tied into, like, like, she's technically family to Daniel. Like, that too, I would have not expected that in a million years. There's also the Kreese stuff. You know, they try to keep him out of the marketing because, I don't know, I guess, very spoilery. I don't think it was the highlight of this season. Some people are saying it's the highlight of the season. I don't quite think so. I did really like that, like, therapy session scene where he sees, you know, where he sees his past girlfriend, where he sees his captain, where he sees a de-aged Johnny. I did not think we were ever gonna see a de-aged Johnny. Like, they de-aged William Zabka. I did not think they were gonna do that. And yeah, it looks a little strange. It definitely looks a bit bizarre. But like, still, I did not expect them to do that. And the arc Tori goes on. Tori has come a long way since she first appeared in this series. By the end of this season, she's come a long way. Probably one of my favorite characters, just because, like, the way she started is completely different from the way she is by the end of this season. And, like, she's the one who tells Sam and Robbie and Miguel and Hawk and Dimitri about the bribe, about the ref. And I think that was, like, I thought maybe it was either going to be that or, like, Miyagi, Fang, whoever was going to find out themselves. They're going to find out in some way. But I really like, it's good character development. I really like how Tori was the one who told them, you know. And I don't know how I didn't really talk much about Terry Silver until now, but when it comes to, like, a straight up villain, Terry Silver is the best villain that this show has, and probably the best villain this whole franchise has had, you know, of the movies and this show. Like, yeah, we don't really know his motivations necessarily, you know, we don't know his backstory. We got to see Kreese's backstory, but I kind of like, you know, every character in the show has a backstory, sort of. I kind of like Terry's I kind of like him just being just a sick fuck, you know what I mean? He's just, he's just sick. He's twisted. I just like that. And, you know, he's layered. He doesn't have much of a backstory, but he's layered. He's smart. I really like that too. He's very smart and uses, like, the way he uses money and everything, his charm to win in most situations, made him a very hard threat, and, like, made the triumph at the end, you know, the way he gets defeated and exposed, which I'll get to, all that more satisfying. Now, on to that finale. Holy shit. I thought this show was insane with the school fight, and I thought this show was insane with a fucking home invasion. Bro, this puts both of those to shame. You get, like, holy shit, you get, I mean, yeah, it comes with some issues of, like, you know, the kids and Johnny and Chosen and Mike all breaking into the dojo and breaking into Silver's house, but still, it's like, you know, just how far gone Mike, Chosen, and Johnny are, to the point where they're, like, willing to break in, is, like, it was satisfying to see that. And the brawl at the dojo, holy shit. Like, I was on the edge of my seat, like, the way things started. And I like how this one, it's different from, like, the school fight. It's different from the home invasion. It's different from any other fight. Because if you notice something, like, the Miyagi Fangs, they didn't want to fight the Cobra Kais. Like, Miguel is trying to tell Kenny, like, hey, no, you don't want to do this. Kenny's like, yeah, I do. And then that's how the fight starts. Like, the Miyagi Fangs try to avoid this fight from happening. And so the other fights are sort of just like, we will fight each other. It's just like, you want to fight? I'll give you a fight. This one's like, dude, no, like, we're on your side, pretty much. And just the emotion, the scene where, like, Kenny and Robbie are fighting, like, that was sad because, like, Kenny's gone so far and Robbie's trying to tell him, like, this isn't you. Meanwhile, like, you're on the edge of your seat. You're unsure if, like, you know, the video is gonna, of Tori telling Silver about the ref, you're unsure if that video is gonna actually go up, if something's gonna go wrong. You know, when Hawk and Dimitri are up there uploading it, then Kyler comes in, and you kind of get some comeuppance for Kyler that's like, well, like, this was building up throughout the whole series almost, you know? Like, yeah, he gets his ass kicked a lot, but, like, this time you actually get someone telling him, like, you're nothing. And, oh my god, I mentioned the sword fight between Chosen and Silver, like, to the point where you think Chosen is dead. You think they killed off Chosen. Like, yeah, like, no, I'm not, nobody, I don't think anyone watching that thought that Chosen was still alive. I think everyone who saw that thought Chosen actually fucking died. And how they're fighting, all the senseis were fighting Johnny, and then, again, Mike Barnes, he's there, but, like, he gets eliminated, like, immediately. I don't know, it was just so weird. They might as well just not have had Mike Barnes there. I don't know why they had him there, just to have him barely do anything. But when holy shit, when Johnny, like, beats the shit out of all the senseis, he fucking, like, he doesn't do it, but, like, one of the senseis tries to cut him with the sword, but then moves out of the way and ends up cutting a finger off of another one of the senseis. Oh my god, like, they did that. They went there. Like, that's like that's gore. This is a gory fight. And, like, when I'm watching that, like, I actually thought, no, is Johnny gonna die? Like, he was kind of the main character of the show, and I know that the writers have plans for at least one more season, but, like, you're watching that, I'm like, Johnny's gonna die? And that was, like, they got me thinking that, and that's amazing that they did that. And then the way Terry Silver gets defeated, it's so satisfying. It's, you know, like, he deserved it, and how Daniel uses the Quicksilver method on him was a splendid touch. Now, one more concern I have, or worry, I guess that's another word for concern. I can't really call it an issue, but the end of this season, it wrapped up so much. You know, I feel like Miguel, Robbie, Tori, Sam, maybe even Hawk, they've kind of, I feel like their arcs are kind of complete, Well, I can see maybe there's a bit more to do with Robbie and Tori, but like Miguel and Sam, I feel like their arcs are complete. There's definitely some stuff you can do with Kenny still and Anthony. Johnny obviously has the baby, but like Daniel too, like his arc's kind of complete. So there's that. Terry Silver's out of the picture, although I think he's gonna be in season 6. I think he is. The thing is, and then they set up Kreese is coming back. Kreese is back in the picture. The thing is, I don't see how you go back to Kreese being the main villain, because they set up Terry Silver so well, and they made him such a formidable threat. I don't know how you go back to Kreese. I just don't know. They're gonna go to this global tournament, but like, I don't even know what Kreese does. He can't really rebuild Cobra Kai because like it has a bad name now. So I don't know. I don't know how this series gets one more season. I mean, it definitely left some doors open, but like, you don't really know where it's going, which I think is a really good thing. Keeps me interested. But on the other hand, it's like I'm speechless in both a good way and a bad way, because I don't know. I honestly don't know what to expect. So yeah, this was a very long review. I will be doing a more in-depth spoiler discussion with some other people on my podcast. Be on the lookout for that. But in the end, Cobra Kai Season 5, I want to give it a 10 out of 10 so badly, because this is like one of my favorite shows, and whenever new season drops, like, I eat it up. I really can't get enough of this show. But I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because it does have some issues. Like, Season 4 had some issues, but I was willing to give it a 10 because the issues didn't bother me that much. Like, this, like, seriously, the Miguel Mexico plot and the bizarre use of Mike Barnes was, like, kind of issues I couldn't really ignore. But, oh my god, like, the good outweigh the bad. The highs of this season is some of the highest highs this show has. And the lows, like, they don't kill it for me. But they are lows. So in the end, I'm going to give Cobra Kai Season 5 a unique 9.7 out of 10. Honestly, at this point, if they wanted to do a fucking karate brawl in space, if that's how they want to end the season, the show is what I mean, that's how they want to end it, I think they've earned it. So that was my review for Cobra Kai Season 5. Again, I tried to do a spoiler-free review, didn't work. There's just so much I want to gush about here. But yeah, what do you guys think about this season of Cobra Kai? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you seen it? Have you not seen it? If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you watch this video, because I fucking told you everything. Just about everything. But yeah, stay on the lookout for that podcast episode where it's all spoilers. And yeah, be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, or I will make your knuckles bleed. Bye!